1. The organized mindset. Having an organized life often feels like a mark of success. A clean desk, neatly labeled folders, and a perfectly arranged schedule can make you feel in control and efficient. But sometimes too much structure can quietly limit how your mind works. When everything must stay in perfect order, the brain can become less open to change and new ideas. Research in psychology suggests that people who prefer complete order often rely on familiar methods rather than exploring creative ones. Their thinking becomes focused on maintaining control instead of experimenting with fresh perspectives. Creativity often grows in slightly uncertain and flexible environments, moments where ideas can mix and connect in unexpected ways. A bit of disorder can encourage curiosity and problem solving. This doesn't mean that organization is bad. It simply means that balance matters. Being structured helps manage tasks, but allowing some freedom helps the mind stay adaptable. If every detail of life is tightly controlled, there might be less space for imagination to develop. True intelligence is not just about order. It's about knowing when to follow structure and when to let your mind explore beyond it. The simple humor pattern. The way we understand and enjoy humor reveals how our mind processes information. When someone prefers only simple or direct jokes, it may reflect a preference for clear, predictable patterns in thinking. Understanding humor often requires recognizing a setup and then seeing how it changes in an unexpected but meaningful way. This process involves connecting ideas, recognizing contrasts, and thinking from different angles. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that people who enjoy layered humor, such as irony, wordplay, or satire, often engage more deeply with abstract thinking. They're not just reacting to the joke itself, but to the clever way it was built. Appreciating more complex humor shows a mind that enjoys exploring connections and subtle meanings. However, this doesn't mean that simple humor is bad or unintelligent. It simply reflects how the brain processes information, whether it prefers clear, direct communication or enjoys exploring multiple layers of meaning. By exposing yourself to different kinds of humor, stories, and perspectives, you train your brain to think more flexibly. Humor is more than laughter. It's a reflection of how we perceive the world and how open we are to seeing things from new and creative angles. 3. The carefree thinking. Having a calm and easygoing attitude can make life feel more peaceful. People who rarely worry often seem relaxed and confident about the future. While this mindset can be positive, being completely carefree may also mean the brain isn't fully engaged in planning or anticipating what might come next. Thoughtful concern helps us prepare for challenges and make better decisions. It's not about being anxious, it's about being aware. Research in psychology suggests that a certain level of reflection and foresight supports problem-solving and growth. When the mind calmly considers different outcomes, it becomes better at recognizing opportunities and avoiding mistakes. On the other hand, if a person never stops to think about possible difficulties, they might be less prepared to handle change when it happens. True peace of mind doesn't come from ignoring problems. It comes from understanding them and staying ready to adapt. A balanced mind can stay calm while still thinking ahead. Instead of seeing worry as something negative, it can be viewed as a natural signal that encourages preparation. The most effective mindset is one that combines calmness with awareness, relaxed in the present yet thoughtful about the future. 4. The distraction. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Phones, messages, and constant notifications compete for our attention. Many people find it hard to focus for long periods, especially during slow or repetitive tasks. While a little daydreaming or doodling can sometimes help creativity, constantly shifting focus can prevent the brain from fully understanding new information. Psychological studies show that attention is closely linked to learning and memory. When the mind is always searching for stimulation, it rarely reaches the deeper level of thinking where real understanding develops. This kind of restlessness can make it harder to connect ideas or complete important work with care and focus. Improving attention doesn't mean removing all distractions. It means learning how to manage them. Taking short breaks, practicing mindfulness, and setting aside time for single tasking can help the brain stay present. Deep concentration strengthens mental endurance and allows creativity to flow naturally. A focused mind is not about perfection, it's about balance. When you train your attention, you give your thoughts space to grow. In a world full of noise, being able to focus deeply is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. 5. The early routine comfort zone. Waking up early and following a structured routine is often seen as a sign of discipline and success. Many people believe that starting the day early naturally leads to productivity and achievement. While this can be true for some, it's also important to remember that everyone's mind works differently. A routine that feels productive for one person might feel limiting for another. Research suggests that creativity often thrives in flexibility rather than strict structure. Some people find their best ideas come at unusual hours or in less conventional settings. History shows that many innovative thinkers preferred irregular work habits that match their natural energy patterns. This doesn't mean routines are bad. It means creativity sometimes needs space outside predictable schedules. The key is balance. A steady routine helps maintain discipline and focus, but allowing room for spontaneity can keep your thinking fresh. When you let your day include moments of curiosity and exploration, your mind becomes more open to new ideas. True growth happens when structure and freedom work together. Discipline keeps you grounded, and creativity helps you see new possibilities. The goal isn't to copy someone else's schedule, but to understand what rhythm brings out your best thinking. 6. The repetitive inner voice. Our inner voice is one of the most powerful tools for thinking and self-reflection. It helps us make decisions, solve problems, and understand our emotions. However, when that inner voice only repeats what others say and without questioning or exploring, it limits independent thought. A repeating inner dialogue can prevent personal growth and critical thinking. A healthy inner voice asks questions like, "What do I think about this?" Or, "Is there another way to see it?" This type of thinking encourages problem-solving and creativity. It allows you to approach challenges with curiosity, instead of simply accepting outside opinions. Developing this habit takes practice, but it strengthens self-awareness and mental clarity. Psychologists suggest that reflective self-talk supports emotional balance and decision-making. It helps the brain process experiences more deeply and recognize lessons within them. Instead of letting your thoughts run automatically, guide them with purpose. Try to listen, question, and respond thoughtfully to your own ideas. Your inner dialogue should be a partner in growth, not just an echo of what you've heard. The more you train your mind to think independently, the more confident and insightful your thinking becomes. True intelligence grows from reflection, not repetition. 7. The constantly busy lifestyle. In today's fast-moving world, being busy is often seen as a sign of productivity and success. Many people fill their schedules from morning to night, believing that constant activity equals progress. But staying busy all the time can sometimes mean that we're avoiding the deeper thinking needed to set meaningful priorities. A full calendar doesn't always reflect true effectiveness. It might simply show that our attention is scattered across too many small tasks. Psychologists suggest that real productivity comes from clarity and focus. When the mind is overloaded, it struggles to separate what truly matters from what doesn't. Taking time to pause and reflect helps the brain organize thoughts and find simpler, smarter ways to work. Some of the most effective thinkers balance effort with rest, allowing mental space for insight and creativity to emerge. Being busy is not the same as being productive. It's about using time wisely rather than using it completely. By slowing down and focusing on high-value goals, you conserve energy for what truly matters. A calm, focused mind can achieve more with less effort. In the end, success is not measured by how much we do, but by how purposefully we do it. 8. Missing the hidden details. Often in daily life, we focus on what's directly in front of us, the clear, visible facts or actions, and overlook the subtle details that carry deeper meaning. These small signals, like tone of voice, body language, or changes in behavior, can reveal important information about situations or people. Noticing these details is part of developing awareness and thoughtful observation. Psychologists describe this skill as pattern recognition, the ability to connect small clues to understand the bigger picture. People who pay attention to context and subtle shifts often make better decisions because they see beyond the surface. This kind of awareness isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. Improving observation takes practice. It can be as simple as slowing down, listening carefully, and asking yourself what might be happening beneath what you immediately notice. When you become more mindful of these quiet signals, your understanding of others, and of situations, becomes more accurate and empathetic. Learning to see the hidden details helps you think more deeply and respond more wisely. True intelligence isn't only about gathering facts. It's also about recognizing connections and meanings that others might overlook. Awareness creates understanding, and understanding leads to growth.